So my question for the listening audience here today, but mostly for the people viewing this on the internet, what makes you angry? You know, I'm talking to the people who don't really know my work that well. What actually makes you angry? You know, this is a question for the, quote, normies. But before we answer it, it was Abraham Lincoln who once said, you can tell the greatness of a man by what makes him angry. So say what you will about Lincoln, okay? Obviously, you know, flip side to you know, his agendas and who he worked with as president, okay? But regardless of what you think of him as a historical figure, the quote here is highly apropos to this presentation. Because what we're talking about is, what is the person expressing the anger about? Is it valid, righteous indignation, or is it vapid concerns that don't matter? So he's saying you can actually tell what's in the heart of another human being. Forget the word man. You could use the word human in place of that, okay? Man or woman. What makes a man or a woman great is what makes them angry. What will they get upset about when they see it happening in their midst, in their society? Because a truly great person, a truly good person, will be angry about the injustices regarding human rights and freedom that's taking place all around them. Bad people don't give a shit. Bad people who only give a shit about themselves don't care at all about rights and freedom being lost, unless it happened in the moment to be happening to them. But they'll see it happen in their society and look the other way, walk the other way. None of my business. You know? That's what he's talking about here. If a real issue truly makes someone angry in a sense of righteous indignation, that's a sense of that person's goodness. You know, we don't look at anger like that, though, in society, do we? Largely. You don't think of many people as thinking that way. Most people say, oh, what the fuck's he angry about? What's he so angry about? Why does he have a board up his ass? You know? That's what they'll say. But they'll never even stop to ask the question, why are you angry about this particular situation or circumstance? Here's what the modern world gets angry about. Here's what modern so-called men get angry about. Oh my God, my football, look at that coaching decision. They got to fire that asshole. You know? I mean, these are people who actually think they're adult, male human beings that are getting angry and getting emotionally involved in a goddamn child's game. You know? And will call themselves men. They couldn't spell that three-letter word, let alone understand what it means to be one. You know, do we get angry in traffic? You know, road rage? You know, in a situation that really, you know, we have no control over, but really doesn't need to exist because, you know, we could have anti-gravitic propulsion by now for over 100 years or more. But that's suppressed, but, you know. We're not getting angry that we are still in a car when we should be in some type of an anti-gravitic craft, traveling to wherever on the earth we want unrestrained. That's not why they're angry. They're just angry because, oh, that person cut me off in traffic. You know? Are we angry on social media, arguing with people on the internet? Someone was wrong on the internet, you know. I have to just freak out about it. You know, how many people, like, you know, live in this state where they'll go back and forth in an argument with people on social media like 89,000 times? Or are we angry about the things that really matter? The encroaching police state, the shutdown of freedom of speech, the unrestrained violence being done by the police and military in the world, no matter what country or government they're from. Are people angry about those things? Are they angry about their rights going down the toilet? Or are they angry about the football game not working out the way, you know, they wanted it to work out? Because we didn't win. Yeah. Are they angry about tyranny on the rise? You know, most people don't even give it a second thought in our society, let alone express any anger over it, any righteous indignation. Are we angry about the pedophile rings that really are operating at the highest levels of government? And the rape and torture of children that's taking place, not only for political blackmail, which is certainly a part of it, but for just the absolute desecration of the human spirit and soul as part of a worldwide agenda of Satanism, because that's what really runs this game. You know, most people don't even understand the Epstein situation. They don't know who that person is. They don't really know the depth of it. And now, you know, one mass shooting later, it's all quiet again. You know, the next false flag shuts everybody up asking questions about pedophile rings at the highest levels of government and why that's being done. Now, people aren't angry about that, though. They're not angry over the censorship of big tech, trying to control what we can and can't say, trying to make it impossible for us to reach people with a message of freedom and the non-aggression principle and true peace and enlightenment. You know, that's my line in the sand. You're not going to stop me from talking. You know, I'm going to talk until the day I die. I'm going to deliver this message till the day I leave this plane of existence. And anybody who tries to stop me from speaking will be met with physical force. I will not accept that someone is going to shut down my freedom of speech. See, they want to do it digitally to get people used to it before they start doing it physically like they're doing in the UK and in the rest of Europe right now. But America is not going down that path. Not as long as I have anything whatsoever to do with it, and as long as I'm living and breathing. So that's right, what people should have righteous indignation about. Are we angry that we're living on a prison planet? Are we angry that government is slavery? Are we angry that there are people who actually think they're God and we're their slaves? You know? These are the things we should be angry about. But if you just think about it percentage-wise throughout the whole human population, how many people have righteous indignation over those type of things? Far too few. As a matter of fact, I would call it a piss in the pot amount of people. A paltry number. Embarrassingly paltry number. Here's one that gets me very angry. The masses of asleep, hypnotized people, the so-called cattle, that are just going along to get along and are just in this total hypnagogic trance state. And they are perfectly comfortable, have been willingly hypnotized and put in that entranced state. See, let's not give too much credit to the social engineers. See, I did this earlier on in my speaking career, and I wish I could roll back time and take it back, because I placed too much emphasis on the power of the mind controllers to put people in this state. Do you know how willing you have to be to really go into a tranced mind state, an entranced state, a state of enchantment and entrancement? You have to truly be willing at a soul level to allow that to happen to you. So once again, I ask, how many people percentage-wise are willfully giving over their power because it's the easy way out, because it doesn't take any work? You know, to go into this state takes no work. It's just fucking laziness and not wanting to really get involved and learn something and then do something with that knowledge. You know, that's easy. And that's why so many people are in it. Percentage-wise, are not more people in this state than in a conscious, awakened state like many of the people in this room are? The overwhelming vast majority of human beings are. I'm angry about that. Maybe if more of us were angry about that, deeply angry with deep righteous indignation over this state, maybe more of us would become teachers of objective morality, of natural law, of the non-aggression principle in our communities. See, it's about making an investment of your time. Not just saying, yes, I agree. Wonderful job, Mark. Wonderful job, Max. Wonderful job, you know, any of the speakers speaking here today. Derek, you know, Gina, anybody, okay? You know, it's about getting involved yourself. My goal is to take people up off of their asses in these seats and make them the teachers of these people that can help take them out of their entranced mindset. That's always been my goal. It's never been to have a big following of people. It's never been to individually reach every one of these people in the world, because God knows I'm not powerful enough to do that. No one has that reach. But guess what? If every person here taught natural law, if every person here really taught morality to people all around them at almost all times and places, to whoever is within earshot, we might develop a fighting chance to come out of this situation of slavery. Maybe. It's pretty deep. It's pretty bad. But you know what? If I didn't think there was any chance, I would stop speaking. There's still a chance. It's a small one at this point. But these are the people we have to reach, and this is what our righteous anger over these people willfully allowing themselves to be conditioned into this trance is what should drive our behavior to become people who can, as alchemists, assist them in their awakening, because that's what the alchemical process is. The alchemist never awakens anyone. I've never awoken one person. I have only assisted other individuals in awakening themselves. That's what the true alchemist is, okay? An assistant in someone else's awakening process that can just show them the way that they need to go. And if they have the courage and the will, they can go in that direction and they can wake themselves up.